Do you feel isolated in your marriage? Are you in a relationship whereby you find out that you feel excluded, that you are excluded in your husband's plan, in your wife's plan, that you feel excluded, you feel lonely, you are so lonely in that marriage, you are so lonely in that relationship? Then this video is for you. At the end of the day, you're going to know why this loneliness occur and what it means to be isolated. So I have a case whereby two couples were quarreling, and when we went there to separate the fight, because they are really fighting. So we went there. On reaching there, we now find out that the woman in question has already packed her belongings, and she was then requesting the husband to fix her car for her. So, and the husband in question also was telling the wife to give him his belongings that she was holding. So when we separated them and finally reached the agreement with them, they now settled and told, and the woman now told the husband, okay, give me my belongings, give me what you're holding, I will drop whatever I'm holding that is yours for you. At the end of the day, when they reached that agreement, she now went inside and got what the man was requesting for her. And we now find out that it was a drug bag. That's the man in question was actually into drugs. And the wife was trying to protect him, but it wasn't working. That is why she was holding. He can't do without those drugs. So it has eaten deep into the man. So at the end of the day, we looked further and saw two young girls, one 8 and one 10. The older one is 10. So they were there watching calmly how their lovely parents were tearing apart. They watched all the drama unfold, and they were not happy. They were standing there with their backs as well. So at the end of the day, they reached agreements, and that they're gonna share whatever they have into two. And immediately they shared everything in front of us. We are there watching. We are there watching a dead marriage. So we couldn't do much. I told them, okay, have you met a counselor? They said they're not interested. That they don't want to continue. They're not interested in meeting any person at all to talk to them or to continue in the relationship. So we did all we could, but at the end of the day, they've made up their mind. So they shared everything they had into two. The other person went with one, the other person went with the other one. At the end of the day, they shared the both. The husband told the wife, which of the kids do you want to pick? The wife went for the older one. And the younger one was there, crying. Tears were flowing from her. She was there watching the mother and the elder sister drove off. And you know what the man did? He now commanded the girl to get inside. That was the only thing she told her. Without considering her emotion, without considering how she was faring, he now went out to talk with friends outside. So we witnessed a dead relationship. We witnessed a dead marriage. So this is what we call isolation. When you are being excluded, when a husband excludes the wife, when you are living with him but you are not in togetherness with him, you are not emotionally connected to him or her, that is when you are isolated. That is what we call isolated. Can also mean being lonely, being excluded from each other. This party excludes you from his plan, and this one, it does the same thing. So it didn't start in a day. You got what you want because you refuse to build your relationship. You know, a lot of people thought that it is not enough to get married. That you are married doesn't stop there. You have to put more effort. You have to build your marriage. You have to continuously build it to the level you want it to be, to what you actually want your marriage to be. You don't just get married and relax. In that way, if you relax, isolation can set in. You have to create time for your partner. You have to know what your partner does, what he do at any given opportunity, at any given time. You guys need to be open to each other. Once you are open, there is need that is when there is trust. But if you are not open, the other party doesn't know the whereabouts of the husband, how the husband is living, how he's running his day-to-day activities. There is no way the trust will be there. But if you already know your husband or your wife, you know how you are running your day-to-day activities, you know that your wife is open to you, there is nothing like isolation. But once you guys are going your separate ways, there is no communication, you don't communicate anything at all, you feel lonely, that is where isolation sets in. And isolation is what the devil uses to kill marriages today, because a lot of people are in marriages but they are being isolated. They are lonely. They are in that marriage because of the kids. They are in the marriage because, okay, there is no way we are going to leave this child, these children, so let me just manage. You are managing your marriage. You are managing your relationship, which is not supposed to be so. So for you to avoid isolation, there is need for you to continuously build your marriage. There is need for you to continuously communicate your do's and don'ts. There is need for you to always communicate with your partner. That is why I keep on saying that communication is so paramount in our day-to-day activities in relationship and marriages. So even when you are dating, there is need for you to communicate. In that communication, you will understand what your partner wants. How you have to create time, create that atmosphere to listen to his needs, his wants, what is bothering him. All these things contribute in bringing in isolation. But when all these things are put in place, there is no way isolation will set in. But if you neglect all those things, isolation will destroy your relationship and marriage. If you don't take measure steps to stop it at that given time. So in this story I've shared, we've seen how we witness a dead marriage. They've concluded they don't want a redress. They don't want to come back together. They have made their point known openly that they are gone for good. The two parties involved have made up their mind, because the woman in question was isolated. The man also felt isolated. No communication whatsoever. So nobody knows what the other person is passing through, and they don't care. So you get what you put in. That is why they say garbage in, garbage out. What you put in your relationship is what you will actually get. From the onset, if you put in positivity, positive you will get. But if you neglect what you're supposed to do from the onset, if you neglect communicating with your partner, if you guys refuse to have a purpose for that relationship, or what you want the future to be, how you are going, where you are going, if you refuse to know all those things and put them in place from the onset, that is when the isolation will set in. So in anything you are doing in your marriage relationship, or you are still in dating, no, communication is paramount. Communication is the key. Building oneness is based on communication. For you to know your husband's emotion, there is need for you guys to communicate, isn't it? If you want to know your woman's emotion, there is need for communication, and there is need for openness. Once you are open, your husband will trust you. Once you are open to your husband or your wife, you guys will build trust together. So the trust there, we guarantee openness as well. So once you are open to your partner, he or she will trust you. And in that way, we are avoiding isolation in future. because isolation is something that kills marriages. Some people are in marriage but they are no longer emotionally connected. They are in marriages but they are no longer emotionally attracted to each other. People are living together, husband and wives are living together, but they are living as roommates. Some can be in that relationship, the other one is facing the other side, the other one is facing the other wall. That is not a healthy relationship, and that is not a healthy marriage. So there is need for you to communicate what you don't like, what you are afraid of. There is need for you to communicate how you feel to your partner. So in that way, you are avoiding isolation, because once isolation sets in, it is very hard for you to correct it when it sets in. So that is why you need to avoid it. Avoid it by communicating with your partner at will, having compassion, knowing what he wants, knowing his dream, helping him in his emotional, because he's a human being as well. So he had emotion, maybe he can have challenges at his workplace or wherever he is. So you being the wife should be there to talk to him, know what is bothering him, and know how to address it with him. Likewise, the husband to the wife, because it's vice versa here. It's applicable to the woman and also applicable to the man. So in this way, you are going to avoid isolation, because isolation is so dangerous these days. Isolation has killed a lot of marriages. Not being able to open up, not being able to say your mind at any given time, we make the relationship to die a natural death. So that is why you need to communicate with your partner. I keep on saying this, communicate with your partner. So if you are coming across my video for the first time, thank you so much for joining me. This is Juliet Relationship Corner, where I bring to you virtually everything about love, dating, marriages, lifestyle, and any other thing in between. So if you are a returning subscriber, thank you very much, because without you guys, I wouldn't be here. So thank you very much for your time. And if you have a story to share to us, feel free to drop it on the comment section. If you have a comment, if you have a story, if you have your own contribution, feel free to drop. And if you want to message me direct, use my mail, message me, because I'll be glad to receive your message and speak about it. So thank you very much for your time, and remember to watch my next video, because it promises to be amazing, and that, I promise you, is what you are expecting. So thank you very much for your time, and see you all on my next video. Bye for now.